Welcome, Ryan Castle here, CEO of the Cape Cod and Island Association of Realtors, and with two of our board of director members today, Sennott and Jack Augat. Want to talk quickly with them about what they're seeing in the marketplace. Really great to have you two on because you have two different areas really of the market that you concentrate on. Jack, you're on kind of on the lower and outer Cape, and Mari, you're kind of an upper to the mid Cape. And so together you guys are out in the field every day covering pretty much the whole Cape between the two of you. And so while we produce the numbers monthly, I wanted to be able to give people some context. So Mari, in the last 2 weeks or so, what are you seeing out there when you take buyers out right now? Is it still multiple offers, lots of showings, kind of a frenzied pace?
Yeah, long lines waiting to get into the house because of the COVID and because of all the interest that's out there as well. And multiple offers, you know, nothing is going for asking price. And, you know, back in the good old days, as I like to say, you know, if there were multiple offers, you could advise your clients to maybe go 2,000 over asking, 3,000 over asking. But these days we're going 30,000, 50,000 over asking and still losing them. So it's nuts.
Jack, what about you? What are you seeing out there right now in the last couple of weeks?
You know, the same thing. I have numerous buyers, and we put in offers at 50,000 over, and lost it by it going 20,000 over that. Inventory is extremely low out here on the outer and lower Cape. Tremendously low, 5 to 6 listings in East Cam, and then that's in all facets: high range, low range, even land is not available. When it comes on, it's gone within a day or so.
You have buyers you're working with now that you've been working with for a year, and yeah, I think you said they've expressed some regret they passed up on a house about a year ago because they're going to pay a lot more now.
They did. We were looking pre-COVID, or just at the beginning of COVID, beautiful new construction home, views of Nauset Beach, and they passed on it, thinking it was priced a little bit high. It actually sold under asking price. This was pre-COVID, and now they're looking about $500,000 more on anything. They felt that at that point now that was a bargain to them, and they have the money to do it. But they're disappointed they didn't pull the trigger back then.
And Mari, you've seen some clients having to go off Cape to find what they want when they were trying to be on the upper Cape?
Yeah, so I have 2 clients that one actually sold their house in Sandwich, and they had to get a rental for a month prior to moving into their new house in Rochester, and I'm closing on another property in Randolph next week, which and they were looking, for Waterview, in Sandwich, Mashpee, Falmouth, and ended up buying a new build in Randolph. So yeah, we're doing whatever we can to help our buyers out find a house so they're not homeless.
And Jack, out there on the lower and outer Cape, you've seen people even get priced out, right? And they for a second home, they're saying, you know what, I actually would rather go somewhere else now.
Yeah, I've had people that I've been working with for a few years now, and some bought 2 years ago and rented, and they're happy that I made that clear to them that that's a possibility as prices go up. But I had some that didn't pull the trigger, and now we're talking about referring them to an agent in the Carolinas possibly for that second home. Where they can get in that $400 to $500 range. Where out here on the outer lower Cape, you're not getting anything worth buying at it under $500,000.
One thing that's scaring me is that we had a run from June through the end of the year where new listings per month were still up year over year, and so we were still, even though we had this demand, we were still bringing on new inventory. But January and February hit, and it seems like a thud of lack of new listings coming on the market. Jack, as you're talking to potential leads for sellers, what are you hearing as far as their hesitancy to want to list right now? Is it all virus related, or is it some other thing?
It's a combination of virus related. They don't have their shots yet. They don't feel comfortable about moving around. They are all elderly, and deciding, you know what, we're going to spend one more summer here. And so those listings, about a half a dozen of them are coming on in the fall or late summer. And the ones that did list right now, a listing that I have that just went on coming soon, these folks are already in Florida, decided they're never coming back up. It's time.
And then Mari, you have those, and I think in your situation, it's a lot more of that tail wagging the dog, which is the problem I'm going to see, right, with this low inventory. Where are they going to go? What are they going to do? And trying to help them over that hump to then be able to want to list, right?
Yeah, so listing appointments have changed so much in the past year because, you know, we're sitting down with these sellers and we have to talk first about what their plan B is going to be, because this house is going to, we know it's going to sell and it's going to sell quickly. So we have to make sure that they have, you know, something in place. So either a rental or a family member that they can go if they can't find a home. So it's a conversation you just have to have these days.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. I appreciate you taking the time to give us some insight